Sunnies. Every once in a while, somebody walks through the Sunny door, and this person has a story that was meant to be told. Our guest today is a storyteller, a conservationist, and a dreamer who looked at wild and extraordinary world of animals and said, there needs to be a whole series about this, and I'm going to write it. On his debut novel, he launched the Connection series, born not just from imagination, but from a real bond with a real animal that changed the way he saw everything. And now, Sonnies, the sequel is here. You are going to dive into the wonderful world of our friend, Gaston King. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Hi, Davey.
It's so good. I mean, we have had these chats over the years, and I'm so excited for you to meet our Sonnies today and dive into the wonderful world of this incredible series. How did you want to become an author in the first place?
Oh gosh, that's such a loaded question, Davey.
Already, right off the bat, right?
It started definitely at a young age. I've always been interested in creative storytelling.
Awesome.
Especially, and I first found that love in the world of theater. So, getting on stage, taking a part in a character, and really just bringing that to life.
That's awesome.
And I've always been kind of just scribbling and writing, filling up notebooks, notepads over the years. But it really started in 6th grade. Betsy Krevling, my language arts teacher, said, here's a notebook, and said, you need to fill this. That is your assignment.
I love
and
that.
That's where the storytelling began.
And you took it real serious, right?
Oh gosh, yeah. I think I asked, hey, can I take this home with me? And I did, and I just kept going. I think she was kind of intrigued by how quickly I became enthralled by that assignment.
Yeah. Well, where did the love of animals come from?
I think that started also very early on. I have an aunt, and she had maybe about 4 or 5 dogs at a time. So every time I'm like, oh, I got to go visit Aunt Madeline because I want to see those dogs. And, starting to work with them, see them in action. I'm probably, 4 or 5 years old. I'm very itty bitty. And seeing them and seeing how she interacted with them and how quickly they responded to her, I was like, wow, this is amazing. I didn't know. And of course, they don't speak English. There's this universal language that can also be felt when interacting with animals. And I fell in love with that immediately. So I wanted to just, surround myself in the world of animals. Of course, it's easier said than done. Getting older, going through academics, learning what the requirements of vet schools. I was like, oh, I'm going to be a vet. I'm going to be a vet wholeheartedly. That's it. And there's so much. It's a different world. It's a different world because there's not only the good of helping animals, but also the sadness that comes with that as well.
But you also found your talent, too, in the world of animals. I mean, I know you from Marine Land, right?
Yes.
I know you from our favorite, the Capybara Cafe.
That's right.
So you really do have this incredible imprint on animals and making sure that they live the best life they possibly can. So I really want to get into the conversation about Maya, right?
Yes.
So where is Maya?
Maya's on his coffee mug.
Maya's
yes.
Aquatamundi. Am I saying that right?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Aquatamundi. Yes.
Awesome.
So rare that people do say that, right? So Maya is a South American ringtail Aquatamundi. She was first rescued from breeder overstock back in 2019, which means there was just so many.
Wait, get the pillow.
Oh, you want the?
Oh, yeah.
Put Maya out.
Of course.
I couldn't bring Maya with me, so I decided to bring the life-size pillow of Maya.
Hey,
So you
that's
can see
sweet.
she has this long, beautiful ringtail, almost similar to like a ringtail lemur. She also has a little bit of a long, elongated snout with interesting pig-like nostrils as well.
Oh,
and
like
they can
Mel.
actually rotate those nostrils. I don't see it.
Thank you.
But she has also very long fingernails. They're avid climbers as well. That's one of Maya's favorite things to do in her habitat at the St. Augustine Wild Reserve. That's where I first met her when she was rescued from breeder overstock. And, she was just a kit, so she was just a few months old. And just like raccoons, they're like South American raccoons. So they're still part of that scientific family, the Procenidae family.
Yeah.
And they're omnivores, so they still eat, plants, fruits, and small animals. But yeah, when Maya was rescued from breeder overstock back in 2019, she needed a home. And we were able to give her own habitat. She's the matriarch of her habitat, which means she's the queen bee, which means nobody messes with Maya
David.
if she doesn't want to. So
That's awesome.
Nobody goes in, nobody interacts with her.
I love it.
Once they go through sexual maturity, they can become much more temperamental and very territorial as well.
So when you see her, she's actually she goes right over to you right away.
Not always.
Okay.
She's just like a person, just like you and me. So some days she's got her good days and her bad days.
Okay.
So when I go in there, I always like to feel her out. Maya, how we doing today? And I'll actually leave my hand on the top of the ceiling of the habitat, and she'll actually climb up. She'll hang upside down and climb to me. She'll plop on top of my head, then she'll plop on my shoulder, and she'll get a ton of rubs.
If she wants for you to pet her. If not, she's going to rip your face off.
No, she's not.
I'm kidding.
I think, hey, we always said this at Marineland. Anything with a mouth can bite.
Yeah,
True
true.
story.
Yeah,
So-
even humans. God bless. I mean, I've seen some in Daytona. I'm just
Listen,
saying.
yes. Don't forget about Flagler County, baby.
God bless.
That's
God bless.
true.
So let's dive into the book then. So was the 2019? You meet this incredible Maya, and
right.
was she the catalyst behind writing these, or did you always think in your head, I'm gonna write about Justin Steele and Coco's adventures? And how did that all come about?
I think meeting Maya definitely inspired the world of coatis and coatimundis in general. It opened up all the animals at the St. Augustine Wild Reserve opened up a realm of just all different types of animals I had never seen, heard of, or worked with.
Okay.
So there's a variety of big cats. We have mountain lions, which are also considered like cougars.
Don't pet them.
We have tigers. We have lions. We have white lions as well.
Beautiful.
Hyenas.
Okay.
And there's a rescued coyote named Dark Angel.
Awesome.
So yes, but no, meeting Maya, working with Maya, and learning more about coati, she definitely inspired this story. I knew that I would write something sometime one day.
Okay.
I always wanted to, but I never really knew about the process. I had to either seek out representation or learn the entirety of it myself. So that's when I really took the reins, learned what it took to become an indie author and self-publish. And that's how we got the connection Forging Steel 2 years later.
That's amazing.
Yep.
So let's talk about Justin Steele.
Sure.
The main question, he's the protagonist in the story.
He is.
Are you Justin Steele? Are you writing because you had this character in mind?
So there's definitely a lot of
It's his alter ego, dude.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
There's definitely a lot of similarities.
Okay.
Between me and Justin, I get that question a lot actually.
I'm sure.
Because he does have this love for his partner, his coatimundi, but he also has asthma. He does use an inhaler. There are difficult situations where he has to, kind of hold his breath, and embrace those difficult situations and actually take a quick puff in order to keep those lungs moving.
Yeah.
So there is an ounce of realism behind that, just because of my own personal stance. But his love for learning about animals, his love for protecting the innocent, and trying to follow in his father's footsteps as a human being, that definitely stems from me.
One of the things that I love about interviewing you over the years is I didn't realize that your target audience, your demographic, is really that middle school range. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Oh,
Talk about.
geez.
I think this is really fast. Well, they don't really
No,
have
I'm telling you, I think middle school,
much
that's
to choose
tricky.
from. We're used to the Harry Potter worlds, but they
Yeah.
don't have. But they
It's
don't
tricky,
have.
middle school.
It
It's
is.
tough.
So you really decided this is an incredible idea to really
It's
kind
really
of charter
cool.
this water. What's this been like?
Sure. No. So I think, we were just talking about this earlier, Mel, with working with middle schoolers. Middle schoolers, it's a very difficult time of your life because you're trying to figure out what's cool, what's not. How can I, blend in with the crowd, but also stand out? I want to do things that I can feel myself, but also be looked at as highly respectable.
Sounds like Maya. Just saying. Just saying.
And, I think I definitely wanted to write something for middle schoolers because this was a book that I looked for in middle school that I didn't see at book fairs, that I didn't see, fit that demographic because it was a book that I would want to read
Yeah.
at that young adult age.
Right.
And I've received a lot of positive feedback from those. I have them in a couple of schools as well, a couple of the surrounding middle schools.
Wow.
And it's been,
Do you feel like you had to hold yourself back in any areas on writing this because middle school is such a sensitive time to be able to talk to this demographic. It's not easy.
Well, I think there's always going to be the question of, should I filter this? Should I pull back a little bit? Maybe I shouldn't use this word over, I could potentially use a little bit more socially acceptable word.
True, yeah.
There are definitely, but you think about superhero movies and what young adults and children are watching, and they're using this type of language. So it's definitely not unheard of. But yeah, no, I think there's always that mindset when writing something. You want to cater to your audience to an extent.
So let's give a little summary of book 1, and then we're going to get into the story of book 2. So
Sure.
where do we begin here?
So the connection, Forging Steel, is all about learning. This is about world building. This is about learning your characters. This is about seeing them in action. What do they like? Where are they from? How do they act among each other? And what are the characters we're actually going to be following throughout the series? So obviously we meet Justin Steele in the beginning at a very young age, and he actually lives mostly with his grandfather. And there's a couple time jumps periodically, and he has to actually go through what's called the WT, which is the Wildlife Training Program. That's where most of society, the country of Ignatia, people go through in order to be paired with an exotic animal. And once you surpass that test and you're partnered with a certain animal, depending on the animal you're paired with, the part of the country you're placed in.
That's cool.
So what exotic animal do you think that you'd be paired with?
I'd love to hear this.
Oh, me? It would either be a monkey
Yeah,
Ooh.
I'm going to go there.
or a hyena.
Oh, I could see you maybe
Because
hyena.
I love to laugh and I will shred you apart.
That's so funny because when hyenas do laugh, they are
They're
preparing
attacking.
to shred you apart.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful. There, it's perfect for you.
Okay,
I love
okay.
it.
See?
You definitely have the laugh of a
My
hyena.
husband
yes.
loves when I go, you know what's funny, babe? He's like, oh, shut.
So, all right, keep going. This is awesome.
Sure. Yeah. No.
Wait,
so-
what would your animal be, David?
Yeah.
Black Panther. Thank you.
Oh, there's actually no such thing as a Black
Oh
Panther.
man, I thought for sure.
There is a melanistic leopard.
Okay, that's
which
what
is
we'll go with.
very
See, that's
close.
Does that mean I have a melanistic leopard? I've never heard of that
I think you'd be
before.
like a labradoodle.
Which we
Yeah, I'm definitely a
Because you're
labradoodle.
like happy and fun all the time.
That's, you know what? Let's be real. That's totally me. I am a labradoodle.
That
there it
or
is.
like some species of bird.
Nah, we're gonna go proud labradoodle. Yeah.
I was gonna say if we go into the bird territory,
I hate
there's-
birds.
Yeah. The
there's
beak.
there's four different types of the country, right? So up north you have the swimmers.
Is this your land in the book?
This is called Ignatia. Yeah, this is the
Ignatia.
country of Ignatia.
Okay.
So up north in the northern realm, you have basically what's called the swimmers. So you have people that are partnered with, everything from aquatics to you're going to have your marine mammals as well. And then in the West Ignatia, you have your builders. So
Okay.
everything with large, powerful animals, everything from rhinos, elephants, gorillas, those strong animals that actually help resurrect skyscrapers, build buildings, and obviously take part in that heavy lifting.
Maybe a giraffe, guys.
You
I'm
could
just
be a
thinking.
giraffe.
I could see a giraffe. Yeah, very majestic.
Eat in the
We're gonna go
bushes.
giraffe. Thank you. Black Panther is retired.
Yes, David is now identified as a
Just
giraffe.
love the movie, okay?
Yeah, it is also a great series.
Yes.
This guy out of nowhere, giraffe.
East Ignatia, you have your flyers. That's going to be
Pterodactyls.
very intelligent. Not yet. I love where your head's at, but no, that may be for the third one.
Oh, there you go. Get the
yeah,
royalties.
we're
Royalties.
jumping ahead. Yeah. But no, East Ignatia definitely has people are paired with those birds, and it's funny because those are going to be the people doing the most business throughout the country.
Yeah.
So they're traveling, they're doing big business deals. That's going to be what their main focus
What
is.
about down in the dirty south of Ignatia?
Down
What
in the
you got
south.
down there?
That's so funny. That's where the majority of this book takes place.
In the dirty
because
south.
in South Ignatia, you have two parts, and it's actually called the cultivation squad. You have your farmers and you have your hunters.
Okay.
And you have to actually surpass, if you have what's called an omnivore, like coatimundis are, you have to actually challenge a hunter to see if you can get into the hunter's camp.
Oh, wow.
And you want to become a hunter because hunters have the best chance at joining the hero regime.
Thunderdome.
Oh, wow.
The hero regime are the top protectors of the country. So that's full circle. That's basically what the first book focuses on. Justin and Coco's adventure, rising in the ranks, trying to follow in his father's footsteps, who is the top protector of the country.
So it's kind of like the Hunger Game version, but animal life?
Very similar.
I've
yes.
never seen Hunger Games. I've just heard what it's about.
It's a very similar dynamic, though. I've had the comparison to Hunger Games before.
Okay.
So without revealing too much of book 1, we're going to move now to book 2. How does this adventure kind of morph and take place?
Absolutely. So we are well established. We know who our characters are. We do actually find some ancestral powers along the way
Nice.
that both Justin and Coco are bestowed upon.
Okay.
So yeah, it's very out of left field, very unexpected.
So they become X-Men now.
You would hope, right?
Yeah, right.
But no, since they are well established, the world knows who they are. But that also makes them a target.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So coming up in the ranks, learning and utilizing that newfound power, now they have to not only fend for themselves, but also learn how to continue to grow.
Right.
That's what they want to do. They want to join the hero regime. Hero regime is coming in just a few months. Shock and awe.
Right.
Just expect the unexpected.
Oh my God, I feel like this needs to be a comic book too.
This is incredible. I mean, I'm
Get with
mesmerized.
Stan Lee. It's Stan Lee if you're still alive out there.
Oh no.
Get with this guy.
He's not.
So this is incredible. I mean, I love that. I mean, I have here the sequel touches on themes like grief, trust, resilience, and facing difficult forces. And I'm also always thinking about the audience, because that's kind of what I do for a living in life, is who am I talking to, and are they going to receive it? So while you're dealing with some of these big major issues, grief, trust, and I mean, I'm thinking of Tristan Bailey Strong, you know, that great foundation. So how do you portray these heavy topics to middle schoolers and really get the message across? Do you lean on the animal kingdom for this?
It's a cool book name.
The animals do definitely play a part, Davey. I think everyone experiences loss in a different way. We all grieve differently. Sometimes it's aggressively lashing out. Sometimes it's retracting and isolating yourself and bottling everything up inside. And then sometimes it's taking it out on the ones we love and the ones we hold dear. I think at that age, you know, growing and finding those everyday frustrations, it is hard. But this is trying to tell you, not only are you're never alone, but you are loved.
Absolutely.
You are surrounded by people who care about you, whether you know it or not, whether you forget about it or not, because it is so easy to do, to get so lost in our pursuit to grow and go that we forget about the people around us, and that it is okay to lean on them in those difficult times. And
I love that.
I think I try to slowly shift into that, because there are a variety of characters, animals, and people who both experience that throughout the story.
Yeah, and the unconditional love of animals is just
Be nice to
absolutely
animals.
It's priceless.
Always.
Absolutely.
Always.
Well, that's a great point, Mel. So, Coatimundi awareness. I mean, I'm thinking this is wonderful that people can walk away from this and really understand. Do you see that as part of one of the main variables of these?
It's definitely a huge part of the story. A lot of people don't know what Coatimundis are. And it's funny because when we have a new tour at the St. Augustine Wild Reserve every Saturday, and all of these people, when I go up and I actually talk about Maya when we get to her habitat.
Oh, great.
So I have the chance to educate and tell them about her, where she's from, what Coatimundis do, the 4 different species of coati throughout the world. So this is definitely a catalyst of wanting to learn and pursue the knowledge about other animals that maybe people have never heard of before.
Right.
So how do we help you? How do we get this book to like bestseller, global edition?
Ballistic.
Yeah. How do we do this?
Okay, so the first and foremost, definitely you can find the books on Amazon. That's going to be your best reliable place, and Barnes & Noble Press.
Awesome.
So
Okay.
both are online platforms. There's available as ebook, which is the most affordable.
That's the kind I like.
Yeah, it's easy. If you have your Kindle at home, it's a great, easy download.
Riding in your car.
And fun plot twist, starting today.
Okay.
The ebook is free.
Yay!
All right.
It's free for the next 5 days.
Okay.
So I do want to extend that offer to anyone who is potentially interested, because reviews are so crucial to
Yeah.
the success of any book.
Oh, cool.
So even if it's just 2 sentences, an honest review can really go a long way in the world for authors, especially indie authors.
So
Right.
we started a Sunny TV book club. And
Really?
you'd be so proud of us. Yeah, and we wanted to bring, like, remember when Pizza Hut would do like the Book It program?
Yes.
We did
So we
that.
have Book Me Baby. And so
Oh.
at Hillary's Chicago Pizza once a month, we meet together and we read a book. We're reading Theo of Golden right now. But this is such a great way because there's so many people that are readers. There's also big shout out to Stephanie out there too, Ancient City Readers. I want her to.
Oh, yes.
She's an amazing lady. And this is a great group of people that read these books, and we want to support you as much as possible. I think this is such a great
But
way
you
to
didn't
connect.
tell him the best part about the book club.
Tell him.
The best part is it's hosted at Hillary's Chicago Pizza, and if you read the book and you go to the book club night, you get a free pizza.
Free pizza.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that
But
great?
if you don't read the book, you can hang out in the parking lot with me for DiGiorno Frozen.
Yes, she
Tempting.
listens. She doesn't read. God bless her. No, but this is a really cool way. So, is there a website that people can find more information?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Just, www.gastonking.com. It's
Perfect.
just my first name, last name. I go by Trey. Obviously, my friends call me Trey, but yeah, it goes by Gaston King. So you can find the series, the Connection series, online on Amazon.
Fantastic.
awesome.
You are incredible. Let's go. Those reviews are going to be popping. We're going to be buying books. We're going to bring this over to book club and have
Yes.
some discussions. I think this is awesome. Sir, thank you so much for your time today.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you both so very much for having me.
Absolutely. Guys, we're going to take a quick break with Maritime Creative and Flashes and Brilliance.